Hi, this is Daisy Princess 2004. You may think that's the year I was born, but it's actually the number of string tricks I know. And today we're going to do a figure called fishing net, sometimes known as 10 men. But this is roughly what it looks like. Got a little messed up while I was sitting there. But I learned this trick from James Murphy, who uses string figures to teach math. He's a cool guy and has a website, something like torusflex.com, Torus, I think, something like that. But he does some great tricks. But that's where I learned. I think that trick's from Oceania, and it's just a fishing net. But since it has 10 X's, I think the story was that some missionaries called it 10 men, but it's a fishing net. And James Murphy teaches with that figure because there are lots of ways you can do little variations on that pattern. But I'll just teach you one of them. So you start off with position 1. Oh, and I've got a decently long string here. Yeah, it's about 7 feet or something. And then you go right into opening A, and that's no big deal. But the next thing you do is, so my far pinky string right at the bottom there, I'm gonna pick it up in my mouth, and then I'm gonna I don't know if you saw what happened there, but I brought that far pinky string up with my pointers, but I also crossed it over. So I used I'll do it one more time, but I used my right pointer to get the left side, and then it flipped over. I'll do it one more time. So if I had an opening A again, I'd grab this with my mouth. And so now I've got an upper loop and a lower loop on my pointers, because we picked up with our pointers and we already had one on there. But then the next thing we can do is we just drop our thumbs out. No thumbs. So now we've got a loop on our pinkies and 2 loops on our pointers. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our thumbs. I don't know if I need to show you from this side. I don't think that'll help. But you pick up the near pinky string. See? There, oh yeah, that'll show you. With our thumbs. Under everything. See that? I'm underneath everything with my thumbs. You just pull it back. So, whoop. So now I have a loop on my thumbs. Well, a loop that goes around my thumb and pinky. See that? And still those double loops on our pointers. Then the next thing we do is we take so we've got that upper loop on our pointers, and I hope you kept the right order there, because if your loops get mixed up, it'll mess up your figure. And you go into that upper loop from underneath, and you just pull back. You leave it on your pointers, so it's still on my pointers, but it's also on my thumbs. And then I really like this move that I'm about to do, because so we have 2 things on our thumbs now, right? Because we just pulled back this loop on our pointers. We take that lower loop and Navajo it. So that's right, you just take off that lower loop of your thumb, and so it's sitting right there on that string. The next part of this is cool too, because we've got 2 loops on our pointer finger, and we just want to let that top one, I can just let it slide off here, or if you need to let your mouth help you, you can do that. So I got 2 loops on the pointer. And then you pull sort of tight, and now we have a loop on our pinky, loop on our pointer, loop on our thumb. And you can't really see what the weave is going to look like a lot in the middle there, but it's going to be cool. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take that loop on my thumbs and pick it up with my pointers. So I have no more loop on my thumbs, and again I have that double loop on my pointers. So what I'm going to do is the same thing, pick up that near pinky string under everything with my thumbs. And it's the same move because we pull back. Now we get our thumbs inside of that pointer loop on both sides. And then we pull back. So we have sort of 2 loops on our thumb, 2 loops on our pointer. We still have that sort of loop half around our pinkies. And then we do the same thing. We take that lower loop off our thumbs. Just take it off. But leave both of them on your pointer this time because we're ready to do our extension and display. This is tricky. I'm not sure how to tell you this. So you've got a lower loop and an upper loop on your pointer. Upper loop, lower loop, right? Well, there's this string here. See that one? The string that's closest to you on the lower loop of your pointers. So I'm going to do this display move or get my middle finger under that loop on both sides. And we can actually drop our pinkies out. And then we just rotate out into the display. So this is our fishing net. And there's lots of ways to dissolve this figure. I just like to, pull on some strings in the middle and, sometimes it tangles, I guess, but not too often. So yeah, that one was trickier to explain than I expected. So maybe real quick, we'll do that again. We do position 1, opening A, our melting, boom. So we've got 2 loops, drop our thumbs out. We pick up this near pinky string with our thumbs, pull it all the way back, get inside our top pointer loop with our thumbs and pull back without taking it off. And then we remove the lower loop on our thumbs. And then you let the upper loop on your pointers slide off. But you've got to keep that lower loop on. So we got a loop on our pinkies, pointers, and thumbs. We take that thumb loop and pass it onto our pointers without flipping it over. So we got free thumbs, double loop pointers, and a loop on our pinkies. And then pull that near pinky string back onto our thumbs. Get our thumbs inside that pointer loop. And then take off the lower thumb loop. And then to display, I guess basically what you're doing is with your middle fingers, you're going over everything else and picking up the lower near pointer string. The lower loop, the string that's near you, picking that up with your middle fingers. Boop. Then we squeeze our middle and pointer together, drop our pinkies out, and we rotate away from us to get the fishing net. Looks better on a pretty big string. Happy figuring!